Bend your wrist back and square the face just to sort of replicate what shafting would look like. Then move your right arm across your chest, grip it, and then go into an impact position from there. And welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I was discussing with a live lesson exactly why he was casting the golf club, why he saw his arms work further away from him, and as a result of that he was getting this very scoopy impact. He was finding that he was adding lots of loft impact, and he was, number one, losing distance, and number two, really struggling to control the trajectory of his flights. And something I believe that you need to be a good player is to control the curvature and control the launch conditions of clubs on demand. So let's get into it. Cool, so let's just go over what we've worked on today. So we've definitely got a better understanding of why we were effectively casting the club. We were lengthening the club too soon, lengthening our trail arm too soon, lengthening our wrist too soon, and by the time you approach the golf ball, we're either bottoming out slightly early, which led to fat shots or thin shots. On top of that, we presented quite a lot of loft. So only a week ago or a few weeks ago, we're presenting up to 30 degrees of loft. You've now lowered that on average to 23, so you have physically been able to have more shaft lane impact and square the face, which was incredibly helpful too. Now, of course, the first part of it was a concept change, understanding what impact even looked like, understanding a couple of different pressure points. So understanding coming into impact that we had our right arm move a little bit more across the chest and we had our right wrist a little bit more bent back. And it was okay to even rehearse that. If you just stood upright, put your right arm out in front of you, bend your wrist back and square the face just to sort of replicate what shafting would look like. Then move your right arm across your chest, grip it, and then go into an impact position from there. And you were, I think, a little bit shocked at number one, how much right bend you had, how much that arm was across and how much that right wrist was bent back. So firstly, even understanding where are we trying to get to. But then we had to understand the cause of why we were starting to cast away, why the club head was lengthening. For me, when you worked to the top, you started to lose width in the arms. So the arms started to buckle and bend way too much. And because we start with our arms relatively straight, we've got to return them somewhat into a similar position, of course, with a little bit more shift and shaft lane, but somewhere near that position. So you were just finding that position way too early, because as you folded the arms, you then have to re-extend them. And that was the lottery when you were re-extending them. So sometimes, or majority of the time, you would then start to lengthen them too soon in an effort to find contact. Then you would see yourself in this position. Other times, you can find yourself doing it quite late, and you actually sometimes hit the ball on the head. So if you can feel like your right arm especially stays a little longer while you turn your chest back, and then feel like the arms stay a little shorter, that will give you that width. From there, you have somewhere to go, rather than running out of room and then finding the most space. Now, one of the drills we quite liked was the one-handed drill, feeling those two pressure points while hitting a shot. So I just put my arm behind my back, then hit some shots, feeling and stopping here, so no further than the edge of the mat here, feeling the pressure point in the right shoulder and the right armpit, feeling the pressure point in the right wrist. And then you would just hit a few shots like that, no more than that, measuring how them wrists are as well. And then you could then put two hands on, achieve the same feel, and then get onto the shot. And I would recommend doing that as a pre-shot routine as well. I think one of the only things that you can really control is a pre-shot routine, and I think is really, really helpful if you do that before you hit the shot, so then you've got an idea of what you're trying to achieve. Good job. Okay, so I hope that video made a lot of sense to some of you on why my student was releasing the club early and how we really got around that with feeling some more width and certainly feeling some pressure points along the right shoulder and right armpit and into the right wrist, and how that could create a decent impact position, and how he lowered that flight and created more compression. So if you like the video and you want to see more, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot. Thanks.